Hello guys, how's it going? Now I'm testing my audio, my video. The screen goes good. I'm gonna test my audio because now we're gonna go with the second part of the second chapter of the course developing AI systems with OpenAI API. I'm gonna test the audio, so it's good. And now let's go right into it. Okay. After extracting data from the customers' reviews from the marketing team, the company you're working ask you if there is a way to generate a response to the customer that they can post on their review platform. You decide to use a parallel function calling to apply both functions and generate that as well as the responses. You use a function named reply to review and ask to return a review reply as reply. Alright, so we already have a function definition. And now we're inside of the function definition. We want to add another function that its name is gonna be called reply to review. Let's put this here. Reply to review. And yeah, let's check in the code because I need to figure out so I need to put the name, then I need to put the parameters. It's gonna be type object, and also here, and I need to put here description, and this description is gonna be generate a reply to the review. And here in the reply, I should also do type string, and then here like the description. I'll be reply to the review. So in order to get this in the previous one, we're getting response choices the same tool calls, but because this is the second one, we should go, the tool calls is the number 1 and the function argument is like this. Let's go here. We need to reload here because the session was closed due to inactivity, so we want to take a break. And let's do this. Let's run it. String has no attribute choices. Why? Okay, this is something I didn't expect coming. So the reply okay. Aha. So it's already getting me a it's already returning the string as a response. I see. But here is putting now everything. Okay, I got it. And so then in the 9, we should make the this is gonna be parallel function calling, and then in this one I should just to this function definition I should append the second function definition. Then in the get response then I shouldn't return this. It's gonna be chat, and then this is gonna be response, and then I need to do return response master call. This is gonna be the number 1, and then and then and then I just print the response, and then it should be, I should only see at the moment the arguments of the second function call. Just let me verify this. Get response is passing the function definition at the messages, and here I'm returning the argument of the function 1. All right, so if I run the Pinum 9, should work. Let's see what we got. Yeah, so we got the response for the function 1. I assume that if I put the number 0, I'm gonna get what we I'm gonna get the one from the response from the function 1. The thing is that here in the okay, I'm not specifying, so it's not like really actually picking something. Because my prompt is not good, it's not picking the proper function. That's all. So I'm just gonna leave it as 1 at the moment. So as far as I understand on this file, all functions are being called, but I'm only printing the second function arguments. Let's see what it says. Because as far as I'm understanding now, it's just like using all of the functions, and then I'm just picking whichever I want. So this should be good. Yeah. So let's hear this one. Call doesn't mean executed. When you pass multiple tools, the model looks at the message and says which functions are relevant. Then returns a list of the tool call request. Each one is just a function name plus JSON arguments. Executing or you can just reading the arguments entirely your code job. So, aha. Okay. Okay. Calling both is the model choice, not the guarantee. Okay. Uh-huh. So it's better to call by function name. Okay, this is something that I didn't explain. The order is not contractual. So how? Okay. Let's just keep with the flow, and then I'm just gonna because I have many questions about it. Like here you can specify the tool choice, and now okay, setting of if you customer analyze starts for each one of the product variant customer sentiment. Okay, so here I need to write the tools, and it's gonna be function definition, and in the tools choice is gonna be, so assuming that this name is defined there, and here I am doing this, so I need to reply this. So this message tool calls function arguments. Yeah, so that should be it. It was an error. So it should look like this. All right, I thought it was like accepting the. Okay. All right. So here it's specify specific function. Yes. Now we're gonna do 10 specify function, which would be the same as here, but in our case I will need to do the okay, let's just simplify this because I don't wanna involve this. I have the review, the messages, the function definition, then appending another one, and then the response, and then I print the response. And then I save it, and then I am gonna, can you modify this? So here. So I need to add this tool choice. So I have an additional function in the tools. So I am adding this new function because it's not defined. So then I can specify it in the tool choice, because otherwise there wouldn't be nothing to call. Oh, it should be alright. Let's continue. So here we're here this. So it was the first one. All right, I get it. So it was I didn't need to create a new one because it was already there. Okay, so it's good. Then avoiding consistent responses. The thing you were working on with the previous project is enthusiastic and about the reply generator, and ask you if more reviews can be processed. Wait, yeah. Okay, to not return response, the text doesn't contain a review or relevant information. The review doesn't contain a product name, so there should be no product name be returned. Okay. In this exercise, the get response function and messages and function definition are also been preloaded. The message already contain the user's review. Structure data and one can to generate a reply. So yeah, I can do messages that append, and then I'm gonna put this as a dictionary, and it's gonna be a role. This is gonna be system. I assume that is system because. And then in the content, I'm gonna put that. Not to assume many values for responses. If the for example, if the text doesn't contain a review or relevant information, we should not return. Should not return a product name. All right, so let's run it. Cool. What is going on? I wrote a pent instead of a pent with double. Forgot. In Python, I need to do double quote. And if the name is not content, then it is content. But I didn't. I already. Okay, maybe let's reload. Because I already changed it, but maybe it's not detecting it. Yeah. Product. I think. Okay, in this one we can also do the same, but with a modification. This should be 11, and this should be avoid consistent responses. And then it's basically the same, but then in the messages we should append this system message that that we should not assume any values for responsive function to continue review. We should not return a problem. That's good. Let's submit. And let's go into the next one. Calling external APIs.
In this video, we'll explore how function calling can be used to call external APIs to retrieve additional information. APIs are widely used in software engineering and facilitate communication between different software systems. There is a variety of them available and open without the need for a subscription. For example, the Art Institute of Chicago has one available for free that provides developers with the museum's public data. In Python, we can use the request library to call the API by providing its URL and query parameters. Our query parameters are the values required as input to the API call for the external API. We then specify the type of request and pass URL and parameters to the request function to get a response. Using the Art Institute API with the OpenAI API, we could provide suggestions on artwork to see at the museum based on a user input. The first thing to do is to package the API call as a function that we're going to call getArtwork that returns the recommended artwork based on an input keyword. We then move to setting up the chat completions request. As we've seen, it is important to give context to the model, and in this case, we want to make sure it uses the user message to generate one keyword that will then be used as input for calling the external API. So we provide a specific system message asking to interpret the prompt and based on it, extract one keyword for recommending artwork related to their preference. For this example, we also provide a user message that could be coming from a tourist wanting to visit the museum. In the endpoint call, we specify the getArtwork function as part of the tools in the endpoint request. As for the functions previously seen, we set the parameters including type and properties and add the expected result type. In this case, the function will extract a keyword from the user input that will then be passed as an argument to the function calling external API. The parameters properties in this case should be the artwork keyword with its type and description. We need to include some handling of the response before calling the APIs. First, we import the JSON library that we'll use to convert the response to a dictionary. We then want to check that there was a call using the function in tools. To do this, we check that finish reason in response choices equals tool calls. If so, we extract the function called using function in message tool calls. If not, we print a message to the user stating that the request could not be understood. The next step is to extract which function was called using name from function call. If the function called is getArtwork, we extract the keyword from the function call arguments. Once the keyword is extracted, we can proceed to call the external API using the getArtwork function. Finally, if the external API returns a response, we extract our recommendations. In this case, we use a dictionary comprehension to extract the response due to the format of the output in the external API. But this varies based on the external API's output format. And finally, we have a response that we can use to pass back to the user, a list of artworks from the museum that resonates with the user who likes the seaside. Depending on how the external API is set up, there might be some post-processing to do on the output that can always be done using standard Python code. And that's a wrap. By integrating external APIs with the OpenAI API, you're well equipped to add advanced AI capabilities to your projects. Keep practicing your skills with the coming exercises.